Hello guys, this is Sushant. So we meet with our mathematics section for MHCET. There are only few chapters which are left, for which we will be uploading the videos soon. We'll be trying to do that in this week itself so that it is better for your preparation for your MHCET. Your positive comments have inspired us to do many videos on your MHCET mathematics section. So please do comment, please do like, please do share, and do subscribe to our channel if you are new to the channel. Our channel name is Sai Engineers and my name is Sushant. So let's go with the today's topic, which is LPP. So let us see what are the things we have to know in your problem solving for LPP. So the first thing you have to know is this, that is your z is equal to ax plus b, which is given as the objective function, which has to either be maximized or minimized based on the problem given to you. Then these equations, that are the linear equations, are your linear constraints which are given to you. Now between them there can be either a greater than equal to, less than equal to, less than or greater than signs present. So basically these are your linear inequalities which are present. And the last one is called as a non-negative constraint, which basically means that the values of x and y cannot be less than 0. Next we have to understand the solution which I will be getting from the LPP if it exists. So the first thing is, if my x and y are satisfying the second one, that is the linear constraints, then it will be said as the solution of the LPP. The second one, if x and y satisfies the second and the third, that is the second is the linear constraint and the third, which is called as, the third one is this one, which is called as a non-negative constraint. If it is satisfying both of them, then it is called as a feasible solution. And the last one, if it is satisfying my second condition, that is my x and y satisfies 2 and 3, then in that, and it optimizes the first one, that is the objective function, either it is maximizing or minimizing it, then I will get the solution which is going to be the optimum solution from it. Next is, we have to understand what are the steps which we have to follow while solving for LPP. You have to draw a rough sketch of the given equations. So what you have to do is, first step, you have to take one constraint, that is one linear constraint, and represent it as a line on your graph. On that graph you have to then find whether your point 0, 0 is satisfying that inequality or not. Like if you're considering this and you're substituting 0, 0 in it, like x equals 0, y equals 0, and you're getting that inequality satisfied, then in that case you will be shading your line towards the origin. If it is not, then it should be shaded away from the origin. Once you have decided what section has to be shaded, then you go to the second linear constraint, follow the same steps and go to the third one, and so on. So basically till you are exhausted with your linear constraints, you will be doing the same thing again and again, and you will be getting a common area, which is the common shaded region, which is going to represent your solution of the LPP. So after drawing that graph, you will be getting a polygonal shape. The vertices of this polygon will represent the solution of the LPP. Now you have to consider whether it's going to be the optimum solution or not. For that you have to take each and every point and substitute in the objective function, which is this. You will be either finding the maximum value of that solution or the minimum value. So that depends on what the question is asking. If you have to find the maximum value, then after substituting all the points, you will be getting you have to check which of them is getting you a maximum value for z. So that will be your optimum solution. There are very few different types of problems which will be asked in this particular chapter. You have to basically know what each and every term means and how to solve a LPP. There won't be much complicated version of LPP which will be given for your MHCET. But then also it's like a scoring chapter. So let's see the sums. The first one, I have to maximize this subject to the constraint which are given to me. So what I have to do is I have to basically plot the graph. So let me consider the first equation, that is 2x plus y less than or equal to 30. So now what I have to do is I have to basically plot this line. So I have to plot the line 2x plus y equals 30. So for that I require to find the intercepts. So for intercepts what you have to do is you substitute y equals 0. So you will be getting your x as 15. So the point is 15 comma 0. After getting this, you can substitute your x as 0. You will be getting your y as 30. So you will be getting it as 0 comma 30. So roughly plot where you will be getting the values. So you are getting 15 comma 0, which will lie somewhere over here, and 0 comma 30, which let us say lies over here. Now draw that line. Now you have to check whether your 0 comma 0 is going to satisfy this equation or not. So you substitute x equals 0, y equals 0. So what you will be getting it as 0 plus 0 less than 30, which is obvious. 0 is less than 30. So your region is going to be below this. Next one, we are considering this equation, which is x plus 2y equals 24. So doing the same procedure, find the intercepts. So you substitute y equals 0. So you will be getting your x as 24. You substitute x as 0. You will be getting your y as 12. So roughly plot where you will be getting the values. So 24 comma 0 will lie obviously beyond 15. So this is your 24 comma 0. 0 comma 12 will be less than 30. So over here. Now just join it. And again, if you just substitute 0 comma 0 in this, you are going to satisfy. That means it's going to be towards the origin. So if you shade the region, it's going to be this particular region. Now I have to find what are the vertices. So this one becomes a vertex and this one. So I have to find what is going to be this intersections. For that I require to solve them simultaneously. So simultaneously I will be multiplying this equation by 2. So let us say 2x plus y equals 30. Let us multiply this equation by 2. So I will get as 2x plus 4y equals 48. If I subtract them, my 2x gets cancelled out. I will be getting it as minus 3y equals, this becomes minus 18. So my y will have the value as 6. So I'm getting my y as 6. Let's find the x corresponding x. So let us substitute in any of the equation. If I substitute y in this, so I will be getting it as 2x plus 6 equals 30. 2x will be equal to 30 minus 6, which is 24, and divide by 2, I will be getting it as 12. So this point is my 12 comma 6. Now what I have to do is basically now substitute the vertices in this equation and check out which is going to be the optimum or the maximum, because I have to find the maximum value for this. Obviously your 0 comma 0 will not give the maximum because it's going to make that equation as 0. Then if you just substitute 15 comma 0, it's going to be 6 into 15, which is 60, which is not in the options. Obviously that's not going to come. Next one is 0 comma 12. So that's going to be 6 into 0 plus 8 into 12. So that's going to be 96. So it can be an option. Other one you have to check for this, that is 12. So this one will be 12 into 6 plus 8 into 6. So you have to just find that value. So that's going to be 72 plus 48. So that's going to be equal to 120. So your option should be basically B. Let's go to the second problem. In this we have to find the point which is going to provide the solution for this particular LPP. Now since you have to just find the point, what you can do is, since they are anyway going to intersect, let us say that the lines are intersecting each other. So let us find the point of intersection of those lines. So instead of just drawing the graph, we are just finding the intersection of the lines. So let us take 2 at a time. So I have to solve this, that is 2x plus 2y equals 9, 2x plus y equals 7. So after solving, I will be getting this as, if I subtract this, I will be getting y as 2. So if it's y as 2, I will be getting my x. So if I substitute y as 2 in this, I will be getting it as 2x plus 4 equals 9. So that means my 2x equals 5. So my x will be value, that is 2.5. So one of the point I am getting it as 2.5 comma 2. Next, let us take these two, that is 2x plus 2y equals 9. X plus 2y equals 8. If I subtract them, I will be getting x equals 1. If my x is equal to 1, let us substitute in any of the equation. If my x is 1 in this, I will be getting 2y equals 7. So y will be equal to 3.5. So from this I am getting the value, that is 1 comma 3.5. Then next I have to take these two, so let us take that. So 2x plus y equals 7, x plus 2y equals 8. So to solve this, what you can do is, we can multiply the first equation by 2. So I'll be getting it as 4x plus 2y is equal to 14. Subtracting that, my 2y gets cancelled, my 3y will be equal to, so my 14 minus 8 gives me 6. So my y will be equal to 2. So I'm getting my y as 2. So let us find my x. If I substitute y as 2 in this, x plus 4 is equal to 8. So x will be giving me a value of 4. So the value is 4 comma 2, which is not present in the option, so I don't need to check for that. Now these are the points which are present in the options. What I have to do now is, I have to just substitute these values in this. So let me find what is my z for this. My z for this will be equal to 5 plus 6, which gives me an 11. If I substitute this value in this, I will be getting my z is equal to 2 plus 3 into 3.5, that is going to be 10.5. So that's going to be 12.5. So obviously this particular point, that is 1 comma 3.5, is the optimum solution which I have to find. Looking at this one, inequalities is given to me and I have to find which of the condition given to me is true. Now my 3x minus 5 is equal to 3 and 4x minus y equals 2. So basically what I have to do is, I have to solve them, both of them simultaneously. So I'll be getting 3x minus y equals 3 and 4x minus y equals 4. So when I solve this, if I subtract, I'll be getting the value as minus x equals a minus 1. So I'll be getting x value as 1. If I substitute x value in this, I'll be getting the value of this becomes a 4 minus y equals 4. So my y equals 0. So my x is 1 and y is 0. So I'm getting the point of intersection as 1 comma 0. That means my x and y are basically positive values. So A should be the option, that is, they have a solution which is positive for x and y. This is the last type of problem which can be asked in this chapter. So they have given me this particular set of equations and I have to find the common region. So my first one is, my x plus y is less than 5. So you can, if you observe, basically all the lines are placed at the same point. So basically you have to now just decide which is going to be the region of intersection. Now let us consider the first equation, that is x plus y is less than 10. In that, if I substitute the value of x as 0 and y as 0, that is the origin points, then I will be getting this as 0 less than 10. So that means the area which is towards the origin is going to be present in the solution. So that means either the option A or option D is possible. Now next one is, I want my x should be greater than 5. So this is my line for greater than x equals 5. For x greater than 5 means this should be the region, because for this my x is going to be less than 5. So my option which is correct is D. If you are not getting it, then you can simply draw this particular graph and check out for the region of intersection. Most probably in this chapter there will be only one question which will be asked, because in every chapter there will be at least one question which is asked. The questions which are mostly asked in this chapter are quite simple. You can easily gain the 2 marks from this chapter. After the completion of the videos on each and every chapter, we will be taking videos on some random questions which can be asked in different chapters. The reason why we are going to do that set of videos are because that will also help you in recollecting all those different formulas, all the different methods which we are doing for each and every chapter. It will also help you while you're watching the video to recollect them, and it will also help you in keeping a timing limit for solving any particular problem. I hope it will be helpful for you to improve your speed and also to gain more marks as much as possible. So please do keep watching our videos. Please do subscribe to our page if you are new to the channel, and please do share it with your friends so that they are also helped with the videos which we are doing. Please like the videos and please do comment how do you feel about the videos which we are doing. Till then, signing off, this is Sushant. Take care, keep watching, keep learning, and happy learning. Bye.